Aha, Matina TV. Ora, Nedi, Eddie, Eduzi, Tamaklu, or no, communication, member, Edema, NDC, Amayuko, no, or the same between you say, or no, Nimpaya na all bunny nano, Abam, Ediamano, and he said, now all bumpire say, Ora Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Ebe primary sino, na NDC for a fahum. Etumi akwakwa wene 2028 election no ena etumi abamodi amane nti abato na yekoto no 2028 no fala edima NDC amayuko na ne depa se omo kwakwakwa wene sa 2028 abato na ora ni din edi Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no NDC candidate on be presenting no Edia Babiano, say Bawumia, a bit me amachi or Mumupia. The crime be also, there's a 2028. Including D. Ebeko, Eddie Ama NDC, Ama Yokuno. Now, Uri Yeno, and Ura Musa Dankwa, or no so, say, or no Ebabe, Poo say, Ura Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia Berini. No, so actually, DNTR 2028, no. A year Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ain't me and a year 2028 presidential election. Now watch them say NPP and I say NDC Edura ato Forson Ura Joe Debra Asiedu Nketiah and Haruna Idrisi Impoba Omumu Biano Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia ain't me contested Omumu Bia. In 2028 in the day, they say NDC, ever fan fala. Ura Musa Dankwa, and so the same way, and so editor a year Ura Edigi Tamaklu, Ediano, and so eso. Na Abja, Yankwe, na Yentie and Samoa. Ura Edigi Tamaklu, and so edituga, edifa MPP primary sena or Mokoye, and then 2028 general election, and Sama or Kan Embra.
Our party had issued a statement congratulating the MPP for going through such primaries and coming out without the usual violence and all the associated problem. And we need to congratulate them for that. I monitored it because I wanted my candidate to win. And my candidate in the MPP primaries was Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. I say my candidate because I obviously want a candidate that the NDC will not struggle to as it were, to defeat again.
I don't understand.
Yes, I personally wanted a candidate. And so at all times, I was praying that Brian won't win. I was praying that Ken will not win. And in fact, all my modeling, really? I model it around Bawumia winning. And thankfully he won. And that places us in a better advantage going into the 2028 election. Let me say this. You see, one great man once said, never interrupt your opponents when they are doing what will get them to their demise. Never, never interrupt them. And so for us, anything that the MPP were doing, we wanted everything to get to the point. Look, if you look at the whole poll, it was clear that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was going to win. There was no two ways about it. The very moment he succeeded in getting the top-bottom approach approved by the neck of the party, I knew that he was going to win. Why? The delegates who in November 2023 elected him, which eventually led to his monumental defeat, were the same delegates. Nothing changed. And as human, we always want to validate our decision. And so it was going to be difficult for the same set of delegates to do a 360 degrees in their reasoning. It will be, and you see, they want to confirm their previous decision. And so it was not strange at all. It was just a few of them who this time round decided that the Bawumia candidature was problematic for them. And for that matter, if you look at this particular election, a few of the delegates realized the risk in having Bawumia on the tickets. And for that matter, you will notice that he dropped from 62% in November 2023 to now 56.65%. That should tell you that as he progresses, becomes less popular in the MPP.
Really?
Yes, even among the same delegates. And that is even more dangerous. Look at the historical trend. There is no presidential candidate who has been repeated but had less percentage in its internal primaries. There's no presidential candidate.
Dankwa.
President Ajekum Kufuor, when he was repeated, he came out with a bigger and stronger support within the MPP. When Prosamils, 2000, 2004, 2008, he increased his numbers and popularity within the party. President John Dramani Mahama repeated the same thing. In fact, candidate Nana Dankwa Ekufuor struggled to get 50% in 2007 against candidate Alan Chermantin. By the next time in 2012, when the MPP repeated him, he came with almost 85% from 47. And by the year 2014, he did not less than 92%. In the case of President Mahama, it has been an overwhelming support within the NDC.
So let me get this. You're saying that if you go the first time around, and
yes,
there's a repetition of your candidacy,
you have always come out stronger.
It has to be overwhelming.
Overwhelming. In fact, it is only Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia who has been repeated as a candidate with lesser support within the MPP. And that should be concerning for anybody within the MPP.
Why should it be Ediji?
Because you see, like I've given you a historical trend, and the data analysis is there for all of us. Candidate Akufo-Addo, who went with him, Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, started with 47, went to beyond 80, and went to 90 within the cycle that he was repeated. Now look at Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. His first time, he did 62%. His second coming, 56%. A massive drop from 62 to 56, sorry. That is massive in terms of numbers. And look at something. Even the MPP delegates number reduced. If you compare to the number that voted.
You mean the turnout?
Yes. And the delegates that really did vote just this Saturday, if you compare to 2024, the number reduced. So you can see that even with a reducing delegates number, his popularity, dwindles with the MPP. And that should be concerning. And this is data. Look, there are some historical things that work against Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia's candidature. Look at the numbers. There is no presidential candidate who had gone into an election has lost and won only 77 constituencies. Check the historical record.
As a national candidate?
Yes, as a national candidate.
But if you're rejuvenated, you have seen...
Rejuvenated, even internally, 40-something% of your party members do not see you worthy to lead them.
But he's going to face a new candidate from the NDC
No. You see, like I always say, you win on your own merits. You don't go into an election seeking to win on the weakness of someone. What is your merit, even within, internally?